In today's video, we're going to be talking about why I think that this market crash that just happened was actually a good thing and a beneficial thing for Mirandus' success long term. But before we get too far into the video, I first want to introduce myself if you haven't met me yet. So my name's Jake and I make content all about Mirandus. So if that's something you're interested in, then hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you on this page again. If not, then peace and thanks for stopping by. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So I first want to start this off by saying none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and if you ask your financial advisor if you can spend a bunch of money on a picture, he's probably gonna laugh at you. So keep in mind that I'm just kind of talking out loud here, and these are my own thoughts and opinions. The next thing is, I realize this is a really serious situation. I know a lot of people lost a lot of money, so I'm gonna try to tread lightly, but I'm also going to bring up a couple positive things and seriously why I genuinely believe that this was a good thing for Mirandus. The first reason I believe that this is crucial in Mirandus' success long term is because Mirandus NFTs got really, really expensive. A homestead, which started off at $50 a piece in December of last year, were like $30,000 to $35,000, and those are sold prices. Those aren't just listed prices. So the homesteads coming all the way back down is a fantastic thing. And it's not just the homesteads. Elves were the same way. Any sort of land deed was the same way. Buildings were extremely expensive. Exemplars were expensive. And if you're a new player trying to get into Mirandus, it's almost impossible to, because you have to shell out $35,000 just to have a house and a piece of farming property. Like that's a little bit much in my honest opinion. Like, I live in a small part of the United States, and $35,000, the price of a homestead, could have bought you an actual house, and a decent one at that. So lowering this barrier of entry to less than $5,000 right now for a homestead, that's a big difference. As MMO players, we constantly compare Mirandus to Elder Scrolls Online, RuneScape, WoW, and so many other different MMOs that have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of players daily. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I really don't think that Mirandus could have pulled hundreds of thousands, if not millions of players just solely based on the floor price of the NFTs. Don't get me wrong, I think the game will be fun enough and definitely worth having hundreds of thousands, if not millions of players. But I really truly believe that lowering this floor is going to allow more people to get into the game and experience the game and have fun with the game. Because this game is all about going out and doing. It's not a whole lot of passiveness, which I've already discussed in a video. So the more people we have in the economy, the more hands-on it is, I feel like the quicker things are going to go, and the quicker we're going to grow, and the more money is going to change hands, and it's just going to be an overall better experience. Second reason I think that this crash could actually help the Mirandus players is by being able to gather a lot more Materium and a lot more in-game items while they're cheap. Now, depending on how long this, we'll call it bear market, lasts, we could gather 5, 10, 15, 30, 50,000 Materium just by playing Mirandus. And at the prices right now, I think it's like 15 or 20 cents, something like that. Say when it hits $2 or $3 in the future, like, you're gonna have a lot of money. And although it may not be worth a lot right now, you're going to be able to amass a lot more based on selling items, trading items, whichever, so that when the Materium does go up in price, you're gonna be sitting way better off. Seriously, this isn't financial advice, but I was thinking, like, this is how whales are made. Whales buy when things are cheap, and then they go up, and then people complain that they weren't there when they bought them cheap, or they didn't invest enough. And so having this opportunity to buy things super cheap compared to all-time highs is amazing. Like, we're gonna be able to grow again with Mirandus as it does grow in popularity. The third and final reason that I truly believe this crash was actually beneficial to the Mirandus economy is because it's going to change the ratio of the investors versus the gamers inside the game. Right now, I feel like there's a lot of investors in Mirandus. And not that that's an issue, because the game will need investors. But if you have all investors and no players, then the player base is going to be pretty slim and there's not going to be a whole lot done. Investors are going to shave off riskier assets, and the true players, the people that are excited about Mirandus, they're gonna hodl until they die. They're gonna hodl to zero. For the people who are scared that the crypto market won't ever return back to its former glory of a $60,000, $70,000 Bitcoin and maybe an 80-cent gala, I still think that that'll happen because the US stock market and the crypto market crashed at the same time. Those two have been running in together, and I really wish that they haven't, and it doesn't make sense that they are, but it also does make sense. Regardless, it would be scary if the stock market was doing well and the crypto market was doing bad. But since they're both going down together, everyone's kind of just scared right now. They don't know what the future holds, so they're selling off a lot of NFTs, crypto, because they're a lot more risky than the US stock market. So they're trying to save their money as much as possible right now. That's why there's such amazing deals in the crypto market, not just in Mirandus, but other projects as well. And we've all seen the meme of when you buy the dip just keeps on dipping. And that's a very real thing, and that is kind of a scary thing. So just don't invest more than what you can afford to lose, because who knows what could happen right now. Anything's possible. I still really believe in Gala. Benefactor made a post the other day, and I'm going to read it for you. It says, "Hi everyone, as I'm sure you're aware of the broader crypto market ecosystems going through a bit of a panic attack right now. I've seen this many times before in small ways, and 2 times in absolutely massive and crushing ways. The first was during the Web1.com crash, and the second was during the 2008 real estate disaster that caused the Great Recession. In both cases, we ended up succeeding in ways that most did not. MySpace was birthed from that dismal and dire time after the dot-com bubble burst and Zango rose from the ashes of the real estate disaster to eventually sell for $12 billion this year. All I will say now is that I personally view these moments as a chance for the real projects and companies to shine, and we will do whatever it takes to shine the brightest." So those words were actually really comforting to me, especially hearing that Benefactor said that these things happen all the time, and both of his successful companies in the past have come out of these times. And if you look at any other crypto project, yeah, sure, Gala has its flaws, but who doesn't? And Gala has honestly set the standard for what I view as a solid crypto project. With all that being said, I wanted to make today kind of short because I kind of had to work here in like 10 minutes. But seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you a ton. Hopefully this kind of helped to maybe soothe some of your emotions or kind of put a band-aid on some of the pain that you're feeling. But yeah, I'll be here talking about Mirandus the entire way. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate you. Catch you in the next one. Peace, guys.